just give that an opportunity in the beginning, and then we can, talk about it if it's not working properly as it should.
Yes, sir.
I've been a unit owner since '04, and the reason that the past boards, even though they did a lot of bad things, the reason we changed it, I believe years ago, was to give the responsibility to the building president first with any problems in his building, is so the management company wasn't getting 56 phone calls a day from all the unit owners in the building that had complaints. If the building president brought it to the management company with a list of all the issues, they're not getting 17, 18, 20 phone calls a day, keeping them from doing a good job. That's why they went to the building presidents first.
Okay, Chuck, go ahead.
I think as a building president,
As a new.
well, as an old new / old new, a lot of the people that approach you are for simple questions. And regarding complaints, when a complaint came to me, it never was received as a complaint. I always encouraged the complainant to contact the office directly.
Right.
Because it was never received as a complaint to me by the office. Charlene, you can verify this. So, a lot of times it prevents the person from contacting the office unnecessarily. Charlene takes an amazing amount of phone calls a day just on silly little things.
That's my point.
So it's something that can be answered right away, just in a simple question. Can I do this? Can I do that? Can I park here? Can I park there? I have company, what should I do? Or if it's a real issue, like a maintenance question, then the office needs to know about it. But this stops a lot of the stuff that gets to the office if it's something simple.
And I agree. I think what I'm trying to say is if you're going to represent a question or an issue for someone in your building, then please just one email or one call on that particular issue. Because what will happen is, as I mentioned before, if the resident or the owner is doing the same thing, it's counterproductive.
Well, usually they come to me first.
Okay.
If I can't resolve
So
it,
then you could be their voice.
yeah. If
Contact with the office.
if I can't resolve it, or I don't think it's within my capacity, I always forward it to the office.
But other people may not be able to get in touch. Like, let's say in my building,
Yeah.
somebody may not be able to get in touch with the president. They may not be able to get them on the phone or knock on the door. So it's just easier for them if they're driving to work, maybe to pick up the phone, to call the property manager's office, and then that's executed a lot quicker. So maybe there's two avenues.
But if you have a washing machine problem and you have 15 people telling the president that there's a problem with the machine, and then the president's only sending one message to the office, rather than the 15 people calling the office.
I don't think you can avoid that sometimes because
Well,
somebody may just call the emergency line.
You can, because on every one of the washing machines, there's a phone number. And all the person has to do is not wait for the problem to be fixed. They can just pick up the phone and say, call the number that's on the machine, and report the machine as dysfunctional.
And they're out
Direct to the business.
That's true. Just let the office know there's an issue.
Okay.
And just to go, I know you have a question, go ahead. You in the record, yes, ma'am.
Bottom line, we're paying the management company. Exactly. We're not paying the building president. We're paying the management.
And they're available 5 days a week, 9 to 5, or as presidents.
And you're right. Everything, I've noticed one thing, just for me to say a comment, I've noticed since the new board has come on, that the presidents and everybody is so happy that nobody's having any problems. I noticed the energy is just so good, so there's nothing to fight about because everything's been so perfect. Have you guys noticed that? No, but they stop, but I've noticed that. I see the presidents outside all the time talking to everybody.
Okay,
One question, how do you find out who's your president?
Well, it's on your bulletin board.
It's on the bulletin board.
We are going to have to put contact telephone numbers there and emails, but yes, Don, go ahead.
I have one scenario. Okay, let's say tonight I go to bed, my air conditioner goes off. Okay, tomorrow morning I call up Charlene and she has to talk to this, and I call my air conditioner, oh, we can be over by 10. Now we're going to be making a appointment with them to get the key for the roof with the association, and if they don't show, I got an air conditioner guy that's waiting there and is going to leave. I mean, it's a nightmare. I mean, it was a lot easier before. The building president had the key, went there, opened the door for the guy, let him in, and we're done.
Yeah, but we also had 4 air conditioners vandalized with all these keys up there.
But those
most
air
of them are-
conditioners can be
the technician
vandalized.
does, yeah.
But the air conditioners, usually, if they're like fuses getting stolen, get stolen by the people
Yes.
that are the licensed people who say, oh, geez, I don't have that fuse, I'll just pull this one
Okay,
out.
I mean, but
Yes.
we're dealing with the process of how you file and deal with a complaint. You're on to another subject here.
Okay.
So,
I think it's very important. Where do you get the key for the roof on weekends?
I have that on here.
can we deal with that in the town hall? I just want to deal with this motion right now.
Okay.
I think you should deal with it right now, because it's a very big question. I mean,
We have a motion on the floor. We're dealing with that motion.
what's the motion?
The motion is here's the process and how you deal with questions you have.
Here's the question.
I have a comment.
Go ahead.
We must contact, in my opinion, the management company. If you don't, they might not be able to see you. What if you have a broken pipe and the water's flowing out?
Right. You're absolutely
You're gonna
right.
wait 2 days before they show up?
No. You
No,
call
no,
it
no, what do you mean?
It's an emergency. You got called.
That's what you're proposing. It goes to the building president and not the management. It's their responsibility.
Okay, no, I can. Phil.
I agree with what the board is proposing, because even if you contact the president, he's gonna have to contact the maintenance company. So why not give it a shot first? And the president can't be there all the time. I'm the president of my building, I can't be there all the time, I will.
You're a lot easier to get in touch with during the weekend than the management company is. I've had the experience. I've offered to go to Hollywood to pick up the key and they wouldn't give it to me.
That's a different issue, they can deal with that.
That's a different issue.
That's a different issue.
People or something like that. But I agree with what the board is saying as far as going to the management first, and then the president can give the response.
Okay, you have another point here?
If you pass this, is there any way you can give guidance as to what categories of questions or issues we're going to present to the management company, or as appropriate, or to the president?
I mean, I think the process is clear. I mean, in essence, no, the motion is pretty clear. I mean, the motion is you deal with the management company first. If you want to deal with your property, I mean, they're paid to deal with these problems. That's their job. We're trying to take pressure off the building president. Now, Chuck may spend 3 times the time of other building presidents.
Yeah, but the management company is closed all weekend.
Yes, that's it.
There is an emergency number on weekend because
And then you call the emergency.
Well-
The lady answered me the other time, it's not on my list.
Okay, but your building president's gonna be, he's gonna have to call the emergency number anyway. I mean, there's a reality here. We're just trying to set up a process.
Why don't you just give him the key to the roof?
He might not be there. Might not be
We're not gonna pass the key, we just spent $2,500 to secure the roof.
Can I say something?
You certainly aren't securing the people. You're not helping them at all.
You're entitled to your opinion. Go ahead.
Right.
During, it's not so bad right now, and for most people, they're not using their air conditioning to the capacity that they would in the summer when it's the surface of the sun. You have a lot of elderly residents that live here full-time, and if they have to wait the entire weekend to have their units serviced, it may be a life or death situation. So you have to make it very clear to the emergency service people to take these
No,
situations.
you're right. I mean, and that's why there's an emergency number for that. But
They don't
all we're
respond to
talking
this
about is the
medicine.
process here, so that people know who to contact first, second, and third. What I don't want is calls to the president saying, can you solve this problem?
I agree.
And what I want to say is, well, have you called the property management company?
Yep.
Have you talked to your building president? Have you talked to any one of the committee chairs? And if the answer is no to those three, I'll say, well, then you need to do that before I get involved. So everyone can call the president, but please follow the process. I don't want to be involved in 85% of the problems here. Go ahead. Yeah.
Just a comment on that, Peter. I think because the board is new and.
Can't hear you.
Usually I can shout, but that's
Go,
okay. It's just a comment too with, because I can hear some rumbling and some negativity in the room. So my thought would be this, with the new board and everybody trying to make changes, I think for efficiency purposes, let's give it a try. And if it's not working, the next board meeting, we can stand up and say, this isn't working, we need to do something. But why not let the people who we are paying with our money to do the job that they're supposed to do? If they're not doing it, that's another issue. So we have a couple of places to go. You deal with the property management people, you deal with the 800 number. And you know, if you have a good relationship with your building president, you can always ask those silly questions or what you think are silly questions. But let's just try and put a process in place to use the people that we're paying and to make our lives just a little bit simpler.
See how it goes.
Maybe somebody like Tom Anthony, Joe O'Neill, because they are here